Is it just the Epstein files? Quote, and he's up there, what's that? Hawaiian noises. He's banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. Ah, that ain't working. That's the way you do it. Get your money for nothing and your chicks for free. Dire Straits. In the first 100 days, the president came right out with some pretty wacky things. He renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. He declared that he wanted to annex Greenland and suggested he might make Canada the 51st state. He brought in the world's richest man to slash our government when all this man wanted was more of your tax dollars. While this was distracting us, the president sent military troops into Washington, D.C., in theory to bring down violent crime. However, violent crime is already down. From our Department of Justice, quote, media outlets have recently reported that violent crime is down dramatically in the District of Columbia. Overall, violent crime is down 35% and on trend to be at the lowest level since MPD began reporting the number roughly 20 years ago. Carjackings involving firearms are down 55%. So what was the result of sending in our troops? Did they reduce an already low crime rate by going after gangs and drug dealers? Nope. Our military, who are trained in combat and trained to kill our enemies, were relegated to picking up trash and spreading mulch. Why? Because this administration has drastically cut our national parks employees. The National Park Service has seen a 24% reduction in staff. Quote, since the Trump administration took office, the National Park Service has lost 24% of its permanent staff, a staggering reduction that left parks across the country scrambling to operate with bare-bones crews. The park staff who remain are being asked to do more with less. It's simply not sustainable, unquote. It is estimated that having our military perform the tasks of our NPS staff is costing you over $1 million per day. Now, lest we forget, the president's birthday parade cost you over $45 million. By now, you've seen the pictures of our soldiers dressed in camouflage while wearing neon orange safety vests. This may very well be the most appropriate and accurate metaphor for this administration. You look at the shiny vest, while what's really going on is the camouflage. According to the Wall Street Journal, there was a lot more happening at the Alaska summit with President Trump and Putin besides discussions on Ukraine that went nowhere. There were discussions that did go somewhere, and those discussions involved allowing American oil companies to go back to doing business with Russia. This from Heather Cock Richardson, and I quote, as president of the Massachusetts AFL-CIO, Chrissy Lynch said in July after the Republicans passed the budget reconciliation bill, cutting clean energy tax credits, working families shouldn't have to purchase energy from billionaire oil tycoons and foreign governments or let them set the price of our energy bills. Her observations hit home earlier this week when Joe Wallace, Costas Paris, Alex Leary, and Colin Eaton of the Wall Street Journal reported that the comments of Russian President Vladimir Putin and Trump at their meeting in Alaska on August 15th, in which they talked about doing more business together, were not vague goodwill. ExxonMobil and Russia's biggest energy company, Rosneft, have been in secret talks to resume a partnership to extract Russian oil, including in the Arctic, that had been severed by the Russian attack on Ukraine in 2022, unquote. It's no secret that the president seems to have an unhealthy infatuation with Putin. There have been concerns and speculation about this for years. Does Putin have dirt on Trump? Is there something more to it? Most likely, Trump just wants to be like Putin, but who knows? Clearly, he wants to have complete control over every aspect of our lives. He wants to control our health, the arts, education, science, our environment by either undermining or destroying all of them. Or at least that's how it appears. Perhaps there's more to this. By churning out crazy statements and doing crazy things, as this in parens, as this is being written, he's in the process of illegally sending troops, sending in the military into Chicago, again under false pretenses. End parens. He's hoping that you will focus on these shiny objects while he marches on towards a military overthrow of our country. He wants to impose martial law, which might allow him to halt the elections. Then he could simply remain in power and refuse to leave. No one of any influence seems willing or able to stop him. It should be up to the U.S. Senate to check his power, but they're too busy cowering in the shadows, praying that he won't attack them. However, giving credit where it's due, he is good at creating chaos, fighting the chaos that he's created, and then raising his fist in victory at having solved the problems that he created. And as our eyes glaze over from the insanity of it all, those who own him, the oil companies, are working hard to make Russia great again by doing an oil deal with Putin. Or maybe the whole thing is nothing more than an attempt to divert our attention from the Epstein files. I'm Bob Stannard, and this is The View from My Place.